Hola a todos. So we have studied the verb AR before. So I'm going to link this the explanations of this AR verb in this video, so you can see it if you need to remember. So in Spanish we have the AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. So the purpose of this video is to show you how to use these two type of verbs, the verbs that finish with ER and IR. Now, the first idea is to memorize or to practice these verbs. So you have to try to memorize them, with things that are related to the verb. So for example, you have here abrir, and you can maybe say door in Spanish, abrir puerta, abrir libro. So you can memorize the verb with certain meaning, okay? So the idea first is to create sentences that are going to help you to remember the verbs in a meaningful way. So, for example, here, let's start with, ¿cómo se dice to believe en español? To believe, creer. Okay. Creer en Dios. So, Dios is God. So, you see, I have. Now, ¿cómo se dice to read en español? Leer. Leer. ¿Cómo se dice to open en español? Abrir. ¿Cómo se dice to write en español? Escribir. ¿Cómo se dice to eat en español? Comer. Okay, so once you have kind of memorized these verbs, and especially maybe study them in groups, because they have the same conjugation and they have the same conjugation, that's going to be easier. Now, there are some things here that it says a and then infinitive. So that means that this verb, if you want to say I learned to cook, so you have to say a, so you have here a, and then a cocinar. Yes, cocinar. Yes, that's the reason why it appears that. And then if you have something like this, that means that you just have this verb. This verb in general is not exactly should, but must. So, yo deber trabajar. So after this verb is going to be an infinitive that, for example, trabajar. The infinitive of the verb is the verb that is not conjugated. Okay. So that's the meaning of these kind of comments in these verbs. Okay. So infinitive, in this case, is not only infinitive, but you need an A. Okay. So let's move to next, the conjugation. The conjugation of the verbs are similar to AR verbs, but in general is going to change to E, what before was with an A, and the one that is really different are these two. Okay, so the endings. So tenemos el verbo comer, yo como, the ending is O, tú comes, usted, él, ella come, nosotros comemos, vosotros coméis, ustedes, ellos y ellas comen. Okay, again, the idea here when you conjugate the verbs, for example, if you have tú comes pizza, so you make the verb meaningful. Ella come pollo. Nosotros comemos lasaña. So when you feel the verbs, that's going to be easier. Okay, so now we have escribir. Escribir, again, you have yo escribo un libro, tú escribes la tarea, usted, él, ella escribe. So look that it's the same endings. Don't forget that obviously you have to drop this. You have to, and then add the endings. Then you have nosotros escribimos, imos, vosotros escribís, y ellos, ellas escriben, y ustedes. Okay, escriben. So having into account these endings, now let's do the conjugation of these two verbs. Aprender, that means to learn, and then to recibir. Yes. So go ahead, pause the video, and conjugate the verb with all the subjects. Now, as I tell you, if this is to learn, make it something meaningful. I learn English, or I learn, you learn Italian, not just the verb like conjugation. So that can be meaningful. Okay. Okay, so you took your time, you paused the video. Now, yo aprendo español, ¿cierto? You drop these things and then you have O and tú aprendes, tú aprendes a manejar. Manejar is to drive. Usted aprende italiano. Usted aprende italiano, the ending. Okay, now, él aprende los números. Ella aprende el alfabeto. Nosotros aprendemos arte. Vosotros aprendéis inglés. Ustedes aprenden chino. Okay, remember that ustedes is you all from Latin America, and vosotros is you all, but more from Spain. Okay. Ellos aprenden alemán. Entonces, they learn German. These two have the same conjugation, but they are different because this is you all and this is they. And these three have the same conjugation, but ustedes you formal. Okay, so let's do recibir. Yo recibo un cuaderno, tú recibes lápices, usted recibe una computadora, él recibe dinero, ella recibe una pluma, nosotros recibimos una mochila, vosotros recibís papeles, ustedes reciben comida, ellos reciben agua. Again, these two are the same. These three are the same, have the same conjugation, but they are different because this is you formal, this is you all. Okay, so once you have practiced and you have understand, make sentences that are related to your life, let's do more practice. So here the first thing is, well, we have here a photograph. Remember, you can create some sentences about the picture. Yes. So for example, here hay una foto de una familia. Hay 4 personas. Los padres son inteligentes. Él es Mario y ella es Sandra. Ellos comen. Okay, so then you can describe, well, hay una mesa, hay 4 sillas. Well, now take your time and now you are going to complete the exercise. Complete Suzanne's sentences about her family with the correct forms of the verbs. One of the verbs will remain infinitive. That means that it's not going to be conjugated because maybe, well, okay. So pause the video, take some time, and conjugate the verbs when it's needed. There is one that is not conjugated. Okay. Okay, you already did it, so let's start with number one. Mi familia y yo vivimos en Mérida, Yucatán. 2. Tengo muchos libros, me gusta leer. So this is the one that is infinitive, it's not conjugated because it's the verb to like. 3. Mi hermano Alfredo es muy inteligente. Alfredo asiste a clases los lunes, miércoles y viernes. 4. Los martes y jueves, Alfredo y yo corremos en el Parque del Centenario. 5. Mis padres comen mucha lasaña los domingos y se quedan dormidos. 6. Yo creo que mis padres deben comer menos. Okay, so you have this. Now, as I tell you, just use all these verbs in meaningful way. For example, this verb is very important because it's the verb to live. So, yo vivo en Aurora, Colorado. Tú vives en Nueva York. Okay. So, now, this is the final activity. Again, pause the video. You are not going to do anything in pairs. You are just going to answer the questions. And then I will ask you the question and you will try to answer them. And you copy the, I can read the questions, I can give you some time, and then you answer the question. Okay, so pause the video. Okay, so now you have answered all the questions, and I will first read the question, and you will answer, and then I will give you the answer that I wrote. ¿Dónde comes al mediodía? ¿Comes mucho? Como en la cafetería. No, no como mucho. Como una ensalada. Try to say many things about the things. Como en la cafetería. A veces means sometimes. A veces como en mi casa. Okay, now. ¿Cuándo asistes a tus clases? ¿Cuándo asistes a tus clases? Asisto a clases los miércoles y viernes. This is not with capital letters. Okay. Tomo arte y biología. 3. Well, before here, look, I added tomo, so you can add some things just to talk more about what you want to say. ¿Cuál es tu clase favorita? ¿Por qué? Ok. Mi clase favorita es arte porque me gusta dibujar. Now, if you see por qué is why, but this is separated and it has an accent. And por qué is because it's not separated and it doesn't have an accent because this is because. Okay. ¿Dónde vives? Vivo en un apartamento en Aurora. ¿Con quién vives? Vivo con mis padres. Now you can say vivo solo, vivo sola. Alone, and this is alone female. Yes, solo, sola. 6. ¿Qué cursos debes tomar el próximo semestre? Debo tomar arte e inglés. Now the verb debo, that is kind of must. I must take art and English. So, okay, so let's do número 7. ¿Recibes muchos mensajes de texto? ¿De quiénes? No, no recibo muchos mensajes de texto. Recibo mensajes de mis padres. Or you can say, sí, recibo muchos mensajes. Recibo mensajes de mis amigos. Okay, and the final question is, ¿crees en fantasmas? No, no creo en fantasmas, pero creo en Dios. No, I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe in God. Okay, Dios is God. Again, practice with all these verbs. Make sentences that relate to your life, and try to talk about your mom, about your brothers and sisters, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband. Let me add some questions, and I will be glad to answer. Nos vemos.